19 schools in Selangor ordered to close. Interstate travel approval permissions tightened. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Amin Carlos and you're watching Updates at Noon. Well, a total of 19 schools in Selangor have been ordered to close starting today due to the emergence of COVID-19 clusters. And according to a statement from the Petaling District Health Office, the closures were to allow disinfection work at the schools and screening activities for close contacts to be conducted. Well, among the schools ordered to close were Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan or SMK Bukit Jelutong, SMK Bandar Seri Damansara II, SMK Damansara Jaya and SMK Section 7. Other schools ordered to close were SMK USJ 23, SMK Puchong, SMK Puchong Utama 1, SMK Section 4 Bandar Kinrara, SMK Bandar Puncak Jalil, SMK Section 20 and SMK Puchong Perdana. Also ordered closed were Sekolah Kebangsaan SK Puchong Perdana, SK Bandar Baru Seri Damansara II, SK Bukit Kuchai, SK Bandar Seri Damansara III, SK Bukit Jelutong and SK USJ 20. Sekolah Agama Menengah Besari Subang and Sekolah Jenis Kebangsaan Cina Yuk Chai were also ordered shut. Announcement on the reopening of the schools would be made 2 days prior, and each school must ensure that all close contacts to positive cases are quarantined. The number of positive COVID-19 cases this week increased by 45% compared to last week. And according to Health Minister Dato Seri Dr. Adham Baba, 13,742 positive cases, or an average of 1,963 cases, were reported since 11th April until yesterday. Well, on the other hand, only 9,507 positive cases were recorded for a week, starting from 4th April. Dato Seri Dr. Adham said the increase in daily positive COVID-19 cases has actually been foreseen and is expected since 3 weeks ago.
Untuk kes aktif, 19,094 COVID-19 aktif kes pada 17 April yang lalu, yang telah merepresent 5.1% daripada total cumulative case direkodkan di Malaysia, dan 17,096 average active case reported pada minggu 15. Ini menunjukkan bahawa 18% peningkatan average active case dari minggu 14 ke minggu 15. Untuk itu 352,365 cases telah pun sembuh. Dia telah menjadikan 94.5% total cumulative case sembuh.
Speaking at a media conference in Putrajaya, he also said 49 COVID-19 related deaths were reported last week, a 3.71% increase compared to the previous week. Well, members of the public are advised to refrain from making baseless accusations on social media that the Health Ministry is manipulating the daily COVID-19 numbers. Well, Senior Minister for Security, Dato Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, emphasized that such offenders may face legal actions under the emergency ordinance.
Saya tak tahu daripada mana netizen dapat laporan tentang jumlah kes ini. Kita dimaklumkan sebelum pukul 12 ataupun 1 setiap hari, pukul 12 tak silap saya, Kementerian Kesihatan akan menerima laporan daripada setiap negeri. Jabatan Kesihatan negeri-negeri akan membuat laporan. Jadi dia tak boleh Kementerian Kesihatan nak manipulate seperti yang dituduh oleh ramai di kalangan di luar sana yang mengatakan numbers tu, jumlah tu dimanipulate. Tak boleh.
He hoped that the public can be cooperative regarding MOH duties in ensuring the safety and security of all Malaysians. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri also reminded the people on the importance of complying with standard operating procedures, the SOPs. Well, interstate travels for work, medical and educational purposes are only allowed from Monday to Thursday. Now, Deputy Inspector General of Police Datuk Seri Akril Sani Abdullah Sani said with the exception of emergency cases, deaths and long-distance married couples, no interstate travels are allowed from Fridays to Sundays. Well, interstate travel for social events such as attending wedding feasts or any similar functions are prohibited. Furthermore, those who have obtained permission for interstate travel are only allowed to do so and travel on Mondays until Tuesdays. Now, traveling on weekends, which are Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays, is not allowed. Now, in a release statement yesterday, Datuk Seri Akril Sani said the police view seriously the increase in the number of new COVID-19 cases in recent days and have beefed up efforts to curb the spread of the pandemic. In regards to cases involving deaths of close family members, only the passing of parents, sons, daughters or siblings can be permitted. Meanwhile, all district police chiefs and surveillance teams are mobilized to monitor standard operating procedures or SOP compliance at Ramadan bazaars and night markets. Two local women and a man were arrested in connection with two more Aidil Fitri-themed videos promoting online gambling activities. Now, Dang Wangi District Police Chief ACP Mohammed Zainal Abdullah in a statement said all suspects aged 21 to 42 were detained around the capital after police detected two more videos promoting online gambling lasting 30 seconds and 48 seconds respectively yesterday. Well, thus far, he said the police had received two reports on the matter, and ACP Mohammed Zainal said the police would not compromise on all parties involved in gambling activities and the making of the video. He said the police advised the public not to share the video as such acts are not only illegal but can cause public concern. Well, all suspects will be remanded today and investigated accordingly. Well, police detained 7 Vietnamese women believed to be involved in prostitution in 3 separate raids conducted under Opnoda in Kapong in the nation's capital last night. Well, the women in their 30s were detained along with 2 local men, aged 20 and 50, believed to be caretakers of 2 of the raided premises. Central District Police Chief ACP Beh Eng Lai said the raids, which began at 8:45 p.m. and ended at 11:30 p.m. were conducted after the syndicate was discovered to have promoted prostitution via social media such as Facebook and WeChat.
Dan untuk operasi pada malam ini, saya telah menghantar pegawai saya menyamar sebagai pelanggan. Dan di kawasan sini setiap kali hubungan seks diadakan dikenaki membayar RM200 dan tempat yang lain RM190. Dan ini memang aktiviti disahkan pelacuran. Tengok premis yang di sini, tengok semua adalah perabot baru, cap baru, ini baru dibina sangat untuk persediaan melakukan aktiviti pelacuran yang agak besar lah.
Speaking to reporters, he said the detained women were caught without having proper travel documents. 25 police personnel were involved in last night's Opnoda. ACP Bay said police are trying to determine whether all 3 premises belong to the same syndicate or otherwise. He said all suspects were detained for further investigation under Section 372 of the Penal Code for soliciting for purpose of prostitution and Section 6 subsection 1 of the Immigration Act 1959-63. The detained Vietnamese women will be sent to the Immigration Department once police investigation is complete. Well, a methamphetamine drug distribution syndicate believed to be active in Dungun and Kemaman was successfully brought down with the arrest of 3 suspects last week. Well, all suspects, including a woman, were aged between 21 and 29 years old. Methamphetamine and Yaba pills estimated to be worth 150,000 ringgit were also confiscated. According to Dungan District Police Chief Superintendent Baharudin Abdullah, the two other suspects who were male and residents of the area nearby, while the woman came from Johor. They were arrested near a supermarket in Bandar Paka.
Kes kita siasat di bawah Seksyen 39B Akta Radah Berbahaya 1952. Okey, jumrah nilai keseluruhan takapan iaitu RM RM150,130 semuanya. Dan ketiga-tiga ni kita telah reman selama 7 hari, iaitu bermula dari 15 April dan terakhir hingga 21 April.
Met by reporters, he said the amount of drugs seized is enough to supply the demands of about 25,000 addicts. Furthermore, all suspects arrested has prior criminal records related to drugs. Urine tests also found them to be positive for methamphetamine. Well, the father of Tengku Permaisuri of Selangor, Tengku Permaisuri Nor Ashikin Abdul Rahman Baba, died of old age at 3:40 a.m. today. Well, he was 89 years old. His son of Selangor, in a posting on the Selangor Royal Office Instagram and Facebook today, said that Abdul Rahman breathed his last on 20th April 2021, the 8th of Ramadan, 1421 Hijrah. And Selangor Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Amiruddin Syari posted a message conveying his heartfelt condolences to Selangor ruler Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah and Tengku Permaisuri Nor Ashikin on social media today. Datuk Seri Amiruddin also conveyed condolences on behalf of the state government and its administration. The late Abdul Rahman was an ex-serviceman. Coming up next, new investment policy to be tabled to Cabinet this week. Well, a Cabinet paper on the country's new investment policy will be tabled on tomorrow. And according to Minister of International Trade and Industry, Datuk Seri Muhammad Azmin Ali, the new policy will be focusing more on innovation, technology and digitalization. He added that the new policy was made to attract more high-quality investors in an effort to make Malaysia a high-income nation and is expected to be implemented immediately.
Kita juga memastikan dasar pelaburan baru ini inline sejajar dengan garis panduan yang ditetapkan oleh piawaian antarabangsa, iaitu ESG, Environment, Social and Governance.
Datuk Seri Muhammad Azmin emphasized that Malaysia remains a highly attractive investment destination despite facing global challenges. This is proven when corporate giants in South Korea and Japan agreed to invest a total of 6 billion ringgit in our country. Furthermore, Microsoft had agreed to invest $1 billion over the next 5 years in Malaysia as part of a new partnership program with government agencies and local companies to operate Malaysia's first regional data center. Well, the festive season maximum price control scheme, or SHMMP, for Aidil Fitri this year will be implemented for 30 days from Wednesday to 20th May, involving 12 types of goods. And according to Minister of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs, Datuk Seri Alexander Nantalingi, the scheme was implemented under the Price Control and Anti-Profiteering Act 2011 to curb the increase in prices of essential goods during the month of Ramadan and ahead of Aidil Fitri celebrations. Well, the effective period for SHMMP Aidil Fitri is 22 days before the festival, on the day of the festival, and 7 days after. The 12 items under the scheme involve 4 categories, namely chicken, chicken eggs, meat and seafood. Datuk Seri Alexander explained that the maximum price for producers prices, as well as wholesale and retail, are determined based on current costs and price trends. Prices are also determined through input from various relevant government agencies such as the Malaysian Agriculture Department, Veterinary Services Department, that's JPV, and the Federal Agricultural Marketing Authority. Dato' Sri Alexander added that the list of goods involved in SHMMP will also be expanded as we get closer to Aidil Fitri. Furthermore, 2,300 KPD HEP enforcement officers would be stationed at various locations such as public markets, farmers' markets and supermarkets to conduct inspections and monitoring. The government had collected 35.1 million ringgit under the illegal immigrant recalibration plan since its implementation in November last year. The Home Minister, Dato' Sri Hamzah Zainuddin, said these were obtained via compounds and special pass payments issued to illegal immigrants who wish to head back home. In addition, a total of 145,830 illegal immigrants have registered under the Labour Recalibration Program and the Return Recalibration Program. Well, of the total, 72,324 illegal immigrants have registered to return and another 73,506 individuals have registered to be legally re-employed.
Cuba kita lihat daripada plan recalibration yang kita lakukan. Sudah mempunyai satu angka yang begitu besar. Sudah menghampiri melebihi 140,000 mereka yang mendaftar. Ada yang telah pun kita hantar balik, ada yang masih lagi mahu untuk bekerja semula dalam negara kita. Apa yang kita lakukan adalah untuk mereka keluar dan kita nak pastikan kepada mereka yang ada dalam negara ini, bukan kita tidak mahu mereka bekerja, tetapi kita mahu mereka bekerja dengan dokumen yang sah. Itulah yang dilakukan oleh Jabatan Immigration.
The recalibration programs were launched by the government last November to regularize the foreign workforce in the country and to allow those who had overstayed to return to their countries without the involvement of third parties or agents. Dato' Sri Hamzah said the effort by the Immigration Department would also facilitate the implementation of the national COVID-19 immunization program. Well, in another related development, the issue of Rohingya must be dealt properly under the current situation to avoid an influx of refugees into Malaysia and neighboring countries. According to Foreign Minister Dato' Sri Hishamuddin Hussein, Malaysia currently shelters 200,000 Rohingyan refugees.
In Malaysia, for example, we already have 200,000 Rohingyas. Can you imagine if the situation in Myanmar worsens and we have an influx of more Rohingyas into our shores? So the decision that the leaders of ASEAN made to meet on the 24th in Jakarta is indeed historical, but more importantly, it is an imperative and it is a necessity if we want to make sure that ASEAN is relevant.
Rohingyas comprise only 1% of the overall 80% refugees around the world who are Muslims. Dato' Sri Hishamuddin also briefly touched on Islamophobia issues that has been a cause for concern where Muslims have been subjected to continuous and unjustified defamation and prejudices. He pointed out the Muslim world has to get its priorities right with poverty, hunger and ignorance should not be allowed to exist in a Muslim country. Well, that's it from us this afternoon. In our top story, 19 schools in Selangor ordered to close. Well, News at 10 comes on this evening on My Freeview's Berita RTM News channel. I'm Muhammad Amin Carlos. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.